start here. My partner has both arms on my chest. I'm grabbing both wrists. I'm unlocking and locking the shoulder with the arm that I want to attack first, right? So if I'm going for his right arm, I'm gonna lock over the shoulder. That's it. So 1, 2 is gonna be under, control the arm. So from top I go under, and then this slides up, and this push the head. That's the finish. Finish, we're gonna speak about this detail soon. One of the main subject of the seminar is gonna be the finish. What is a finish and why it works. Why leverage is so great here, and gonna save you a lot of energy and time. So the finish comes from pushing my leg down towards the ground and not exactly lifting my hip. So as I push my leg down, naturally my hip's coming up, and that's the finish. If I just lift my hip, a lot of times lifting my hip, he can take it and he can stack me, putting pressure on top of me again. So I'm lifting my hip, look, but he's stacking me. Put weight on me, Jake, heavy. I'm lifting my hip, I'm lifting. So that's a misconception. Yes, I lift my hip, but it's not what I'm focused. What I'm focused is to bring this leg down. So as I bring this leg down, that's it, that's the finish, okay? So I'm here, wrist, lock, the arm that I'm trapping, the shoulder that I'm trapping, the leg on bottom, leg on top, preferably like that, not like this. Because once I have this leg over this, I release a bit of the pressure on his shoulder blade, and I want all the pressure on his shoulder blade. Okay, so aim for that. Boom, lock, under, hand here. Why the hand here? Otherwise you're gonna stack you. Yeah, and then it's hard to bring the leg. So I extend my arm and I lock his head. Now I go back to wrist, leg goes down. Then I go the other arm. Wrist control, lock, under, stretch like a bar, lock the neck. Another detail, I'm gonna open my heel, shift my heel, and my leg point down. So that's the drill. I do 1, then 1 again. 1. Now 2. Every full both arms I count 1, 2, and 3. When I got to 5, we switch top to bottom. Cool? Let's try it. 1, 2. The right way and the wrong way. No, I'm joking. Just as you're doing it by yourself, you're gonna start seeing what is best. And best in jiu-jitsu is the least effort. The less you use strength, the more you use leverage. And then the next step is the more I use his movement, his openings, and trust me, that doesn't mean he's making mistakes. It's just how I understand his openings and I take advantage of it. So when I step the first leg here, even though it's a very simple drill and it's more like a warm-up for now, I am already going into the class, which is the details on the finish. So even though it's a simple armbar, I want to do this very correct. So I step the first leg, my calf is over his shoulder blade, on top of his shoulder blade. Once I step here, this helped me move my hip out. So it's exactly the same as stepping on the hip for the classic armbar from the guard, but it's just quicker. I'm here, step, because I have my leg on top of his shoulder. This is the support I need to escape my hip. So once again, step, out. Now I lock. When I lock, I pinch my knees. So that's what you're gonna do with his arms. Look. You're gonna put his arms together. Now I go under. And the last part is turning my heel out, locking behind his neck, and at the end, if eventually he collapses, even better, right? So one more time, let's try a few more times, but paying attention on this. When the leg goes on top of the shoulder, I escape. Other side. When my leg goes on top, I escape. So when my calf touches his shoulder, I escape. Otherwise, this can happen. This actually work both ways. Now, speaking about defending armbars. What Jake doesn't want is my hip free. So as I'm going to an armbar, he can use his knees to lock my hip by walking forward, exactly. So look, I'm trying his elbows and knees. So he's blocking my hip. That's why we gotta take the proper timing to strike. So I'm here, one shot, didn't work, one shot, and then I'm getting him in trouble. So, a lot of times in jiu-jitsu, you can pick a strong side and stick with it. Actually, it's kind of like, it's a big misconception I learned when I was young. It was like, you gotta be good in both sides. You gotta practice both ways, both sides. It's not true. We always battle one side, naturally battle. So it's like, you gotta write document of both hands. You gotta shoot as good on right hand, left hand. Come on, man. That one guy, Rob Litton, who's a shooter, Justin. Rob Litton, they say he can shoot whatever hand. The only guy I heard in my life. So we have a strong side. In this case, I would say it's a rare exception. You should be good in both. Because it's not exactly which arm you want it, it's which arm you're gonna trick him. So you might start one side and switch completely the other. Let's play a few more and then we're gonna keep moving on. Right, 1, 2.